Hey, welcome and what's up, my friends? Okay, I'm back in my home basement mining location today, and I just been down at my remote location where I still have some rigs left, and I had to pull one rig from the place down there today because apparently it seems like it's not powering on. So I was just thinking about, yeah, why not just take along on trying to find out what's wrong with this rig. First of all, I would suspect the power supply, because I just tried to power cycle it a few times when I was down there, and it didn't give me any power at all. This is like a Shiftech 1400 or something, 3050 watt power supply, and I had a few of these ones going bad, so hopefully it's not the power supply, but yeah, I just have to plug it in and see. I will plug it into my in my shelf here. I just pull this rig out, and yeah, and I'll take it from there. If I have to change the power supply, I'm kind of short on power supplies right now. I have another one of the same power supply. This one is bad. It's yeah, it's just taking the fuse right away when you turn it on. I am going to try get an RMA on it, but that's for another time. I have a few 1600 watt Bitmain power supplies, so if this one is bad, I probably change it out with some of these, you know, these smaller ATX power supplies, and just use the Bitmain supply for to power the cards. But yeah, first we just plug it in and see. So just give me a few seconds, and it should be over there. Okay, so we got the rig in place. This is, I think it's like it's a Sapphire, I don't remember, Sapphire 480, 470, 570, 580, something like that. We can see later when I hopefully get this going again. Just going to put some light over here. Okay, there we are. It's not the best lighting down here. So just try to turn it on and see if something is happening. Nope, nothing. Completely dead. So I just have to pull it out again from the shelf, and yeah, basically take it apart and see if we can find something that's not right. So give me a second and two, and we'll see. Okay, so I figured I just would take everything apart, and as you can see, these cards really need a good cleaning now, so it was about time anyway. So I need to blow these cards with an air gun, and yeah, make them a little nicer. And also the motherboard is, and I also want to change this motherboard out with an C270. And I'm probably going to sell that motherboard with the RAM stick and everything. So the first thing I would do is to just unplug all the cables from the power supply, to just see if something seems to be, yeah, obviously like melted or something. Because that have happened before sometimes, and sometimes you can just switch to another, you know, outlet on the power supplies to get it working again. But this actually doesn't seem bad, like right away. So let's get these cables out of here. Oh, I actually did use some zip ties on this one, so I just have to cut this. It should be good. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, I don't see anything like right away. That's not good. So I'm probably going to just put this power supply onto my 2-card rig over there, just to test it if it even fires up. Because if it fires up, I suspect it would be something wrong with either one of these cables. I have to go through them and check all of them, or it could be something wrong with the motherboard. So yeah, I hooked that one up in this machine and I will be back. Okay, so I just unplugged the rest of the stuff. It's only the motherboard that's connected to the power supply at the moment, just to see if it the motherboard, or if it will even start at all. And this motherboard should be set at, like, you know, default, like power on right away when it gets power. So should only be to plug it in and then turn on the power. Yeah, as I expected, it's nothing at all. So I have a bad power supply. Really hoping I didn't have to mess with this, but yeah, it seems like that's the case. So then we need to use some, because as I said, I don't have a lot of power supplies left. I'm going short on them right now. So I figure something out, and I'll be back with you. Okay, so this was what I could do for the moment. I have a lot of the power supplies on the way, so in a couple of weeks, hopefully, I have like 20 new power supplies. I think they are 1800 watt. So but for now I just had to like jank this stuff together just to get this rig running. So I had to use some splitters. So this is like 2 6-pins to 1 8-pin, and then to 2 8-pin. So this will basically power one card and the riser for the card. A couple of others I had to just use like 6-pin to 8-pin splitters, and that will power one card and one card, and yeah, basically the same on the rest of these, because I didn't have like 6-pin to dual 8-pin, or 6-pin to 1 8-pin and 1 6-pin for the GPU riser. So but this should be enough to power like 8 cards. This is a Bitmain 1600 watt PSU that's coming from one of my older ASICs up there, like an A3 or D3 or something. So this will probably do the stuff for now, and I will use another power supply to just power up the motherboard and the SSD basically. So let me just put all of this together, and I'm going to clean all the cards, and I'm going to change out the motherboard to a C270 motherboard that I have over now, because that's my old gaming computer and I made a new one, so I can use the motherboard from this one. And I'm probably going to sell the B250 motherboard because I don't have use for 19 GPU slots, and yeah, I just like the C270 board more. So I just put everything together and we can go over the build afterwards. So yeah. Okay, so everything is kind of put back together now. I didn't clean the cards yet. I'm going to take the whole rig with me outside and use my air compressor and just get it all cleaned up. So I hope this will work. It's not it's not the most ideal solution to use this kind of splitters and stuff like that. I don't like it. I like to go straight to the 8 pins and stuff on the power supplies, but yeah, this is kind of a temporary solution until I get my other power supplies. So I think the first thing to do now is just to plug it in. I did change one thing. I also have like an SSD, an M.2 SSD in here now, so I'm probably going to flash HiveOS to that one instead of using the 2.5-inch SSD back here. But just to get it started up and see if it's working, I'm just going to use that SSD. And I also to get 8 cards in there, because you see you have 7 PCI slots, and I also used one M.2 to PCI adapter, so you could actually run 9 GPUs on this motherboard. So yeah, let's just plug it in and see if we can give it life again. Okay, so I plugged in the ASIC power supply, and you can see everything is starting to lit up. I see I have, but I think these are some older risers, so I think probably the lights, the LEDs just went out on them. But we have to see when we fire it up. This motherboard has not been used for mining before, so I need to set up in the BIOS that I want it to turn on automatically when powered on. So we just need to power it on with a screwdriver now. Let's see here if we can manage to hit the right pins. Yeah, there we are. So and we also need to plug in a screen, of course, so let me do that first. Okay then, we try one more time then and see if we can get this running. The fan is blocked by some cables. That's not good. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we can get a picture on it. See if it's booting up at all. I hope so. Yeah, not right away. Let me just see what I can find and I come back. Okay, so what basically was causing the troubles was me just forgetting an important part. Is now, let's see if it boots back on again. I will show you the steps I did. Okay, so just let it get into the BIOS here quickly. Okay, yeah. So basically I just pulled out all the risers, all the cards, and just plugged in the HDMI from the motherboard. I could probably leave one card in and put it into the card, but for easy way I just put it into the HDMI. I then booted it up and it was starting up. I got into the BIOS, and I had to do because it's a long time since I've dealt with just this card, setting it up, because I had to go to the PCI. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, graphic and no, sorry. Here, and put this to the link speed to Gen 2 on the ports and everything. I also did the same on let's see here. Yeah, this one, PCI Express configuration, PCI speed Gen 2. This basically is not always the case that you need to put them on Gen 2, but for this specific card you have to do it. And of course the last thing I had to do was to enable above 4G encoding. I enabled that. I then did shut it down, or restart it, shut it down, and plugged everything back in, and it booted up. So yeah, so this machine is now up and running again, so I can mine some more ETH on it finally. It's been down for a couple of days. Probably I would just let it stay in the basement down here. I will not bring it down to my second location, and I will take the 2-card rig that's over there and just put it into my other space down in the basement in the other area. So yeah, I hope this was some kind of. I just wanted to take you along with me on the journey for to just do some troubleshooting. Of course, it was kind of an easy troubleshoot because I figured out the power supply was dead from the start, so it wasn't that big. I didn't have to like play around a lot to find out what's caused the problem, but yeah, that's what happens from now and then with power supplies. They just die because they are probably not meant to like do like 1000 to 1200 watts 24 hours for years and years, and yeah, that's how the game is. And just now it's hard to get any kind of hardware, so but as I said, I have 20 new power supplies coming in from China, so yeah. That phone is calling. So hope you enjoyed this, and leave a comment down below if you want to see something else like this. And of course, I'm going to clean the cards. I'm going to blow them off. I'm not that lazy, I think. And hit the smash the like button, subscribe, notification bell thing, everything. And I hope I see you another time. Bye.